Hello. Welcome to the final call, the final video of instant self-love on repeat. I am feeling a little bit sad over here. I have really loved this time. It's been, coaches call them deep dives. It's felt like a deep dive, even though each piece has been just one simple piece, one little piece, but they all add up. It all adds up. I feel like self love is a practice, it's a continuum. And on the other side of the continuum is anxiety, fear, doubt, blame, shame. And when you digest those pieces one bite at a time, 1 minute at a time, from noticing, from awareness, from acceptance, from allowance, it it becomes the alchemy of magic into self-love. It alchemizes into self-love. It turns into fuel where you get to see yourself and heal whatever's coming up for you and turn it into self-love as you take care of yourself through our humaning, which can feel confronting and challenging. So I really hope that this adventure has helped alchemize some of your more challenging pieces in your life into the self-love of being with yourself with kindness through it all. So the very last practice that is going to be the cherry on top for this experience is called the five senses meditation. I learned it through my Tantra work. It is now becoming more common. And if you know anything about the law of attraction, it's actually a really big piece of manifesting. It's a really big piece of creating your reality. And the really cool thing that I love is that even if you don't get the thing, if you don't manifest the million or manifest the dream lover or manifest what you'd like in your body, when you are in an experience, you still get to have that gorgeous experience with yourself. It's funny. As I start a five senses meditation with a client or in some of my group programs, I'd be like, imagine what you really want. What is something you love more than anything? And it's amazing how limited, how many provisos there are on, well, it wouldn't be, I don't want it to be too much, wouldn't be too big, would just be a next step, all these provisos. Can you agree with me? Can you promise for me that you'll feel into this phrase even before we do the meditation and the practice? I'm not going to do it with you. I'm just going to give you the pieces and then you can do it on your own. Feel into this phrase, which I got from one of my favorite books by Alison Armstrong, The Queen's Code, and it's this: if I had it all my way. If you had it all your way, not just some of the money, not just a pretty good cottage, not just, a guy who treats you well or bad. If you had it all your way, when you shoot for the stars, you're way more likely to hit the moon. It's not about being greedy. It's not about taking more than your share. It's about the bravery, the vulnerability of the excruciating agony of asking for exactly what you'd like. There's a vulnerability because if you don't get it, our brains may kick off into the shame and blame. But as you keep practicing our self-love tools, it's just you on the path to getting there. It's just you loving your life, living with gorgeous, glowing amazingness on your path of life. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. As my mother reminded me when I was 12 and I was not so receptive then as I am now. Okay. put in the comments if you're feeling anything coming up in your body, how it feels to think about if I had it all my way. And then when you're ready, pause this video if you need to when you're ready. If you had it all your way, what's something you would love? Something that would feel like magic. Something that you desire just because you desire it. There's no should, there's no helping other people, although it might. There's nobody else's judgment looking in. Just what would you really like if you had it all your way? It could be a shoe closet. It could be champagne for breakfast every day. It could be being a philanthropist for lots and lots of money to help those who you'd like to help. Okay, so just before we keep going, just letting yourself let go of the story that some desires are more worthy than others. Just breathe that in. What if all of my desires are worthy? Yeah, there we go. What if I'm allowed to have desires just because I have desires because I have desires? What if exploring my desires will actually fill my cup, which will actually give back to the world, which is a win-win-win? Mm-hmm. Okay. So with that, you don't need to search for the perfect if I had it all my way. It can just be right now. If I had it all my way, what would mine be? If I had it all my way right now, I would love the universe to conspire for the most amazing house painting adventure. I'm craving to get a bunch of walls and fixtures painted. I would just love to receive that. And I'm noticing that once you step into one desire, it's like the doors open and they start lining up. They're like, oh, well, if she's accepting desires, what about this one? And I had a desire for my feet to be really good outside as I walk to pick up my daughter in the rain. Oh, and then there's this one. I desire for us to have the most fun. Oh, and then there's this one, and then there's this one, and this one. Let the doors fling open to your desires. And then when you have a bit of time to yourself, 5 minutes maybe, just find a quiet place. Maybe grab your journal. I had it on my way. What do I desire? And then you just dive headfirst into the imagined experience of it with all 5 of your senses. What would I see around me? What are some of the details? What are the colors? Are people smiling? What do you see? What's the color of your mug? What do you see? Are you by a beach? Are you in your house? Are you in someone else's house? Do you see people you know? Do you see people you don't know? What do you see? What are you wearing? What's on the walls? Are there walls? Are there lots of trees? What do you see? And ask yourself, what do I hear? Is there laughter? Is there chatting? Is it silence? Are there waves? Are there wind in the leaves and the branches? What do you hear? What do you taste? Champagne, coffee, tea, kisses, strawberries, salts from the ocean. What do you taste? What do you feel on your skin, in your heart? Are you having emotions? Do you have tingling? Do you have butterflies? What do you feel? And then the last one, oh my gosh. Eyes, ears, taste, feel, smell. What do you smell? What do you smell? Ah. And if there's things that you discovered that you wanted to smell, go back and put them in. Maybe more flowers, maybe delicious perfumes. Smell. You have just created your own reality. The deeper you dive in, the more you are in that space of a five senses meditation, the more real that experience is to your brain. The more you practice calling it in, the more you're wiring your brain to receive exactly that experience. If you find yourself hitting a limiter, oh, I only ever make this much money, I only ever date for this long, I only ever have this much time feeling good with my partner before we have a fight, picture that next edge. And you are wiring your brain for that to become your new normal. And then when things come up that don't match that, you're like, oh, that's funny that's coming up. But I know that it's on the path to my new normal. And let it just wind into the game you're playing of where you actually want to go. Let it fill you up just like self-love, as it is self-love. Let yourself drink it in. Let yourself be the divine in this human body. Let it be excruciating. Let it be gorgeous. Let it be bizarre. Let it be messy. Love yourself on this whole beautiful path. I love you so much. I can't wait to do more with you. I can't wait to hear how this was for you. Keep playing. Keep integrating. Keep asking for more. I'll see you soon.